Do you ever wonder why some people touch weights for 6 months and look absolutely insane? Like literally Mr. Olympia stage ready insane. Yet some people train just as much for years and still look like they don't even lift. I mean, duh, like what else would it be? It's fitness. Genetics, of course, are the number one factor for success. Some people naturally have better structure, better fat distribution, better muscle shape, and overall a stronger response to training, meaning that they can build muscle extremely fast with just a little amount of hypertrophy training. That's it, hyper responder like Kevin Levrone.
6 weeks before he had sent me pictures, and he looked like he didn't even work out. This kid brought back pictures and showed me because there was no internet then. He actually Polaroids. I said, he's never gonna make it. We go down there 6 weeks later, drive down, get into his house. I said, let me see what it looked like. I'm 300 pounds, mind you. Big, freaky, you know. I just won the junior nationals. Takes off his shirt. I'm like, that's it, I might as well just quit. I wanted to quit bodybuilding when I looked at what he looked like. And 6 weeks later, he was delts and his shoulders and his pecs and his abs and his quads. I'm like, what fucking right am I insane to even think that I can stand next to this human being?
But most people don't even know what elite genetics actually is. In this video, I'll be ranking the biggest signs you have bad or good genetics, all the way from bad tier to ball tier. And even if you guys on social media, you like the doom scrolling world or whatever, you know ball means like, you know, a certain elite, or I don't know, you know, if you know ball, you know ball, you know. So ball tier genetics is the peak genetics. Take note. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Just go be the rule of this channel mainly consists of posting educational content, the teaching stuff, maybe a meme or entertainment, I don't know, maybe in the future. But yeah, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram also at Scobie the Gym Rat. I'm gonna leave the overall link in the description. Narrow clavicles plus blocky waist, plus a blocky waist, oh my days. Okay, one of the biggest aesthetic advantages in the overall fitness world and bodybuilding is shoulder width. Okay, so scientifically this is called the biochromial width, which is basically the width of your overall shoulder structure. You see how this is? A part of this is bone structure, which is making my shoulders look, I don't have a very wide frame, you know, I have a decent frame, but a part of you having a wide frame really comes down to your overall width of shoulder bone structure. Okay, so yeah, if your clavicles are narrow and your waist is naturally wider or blockier, it becomes harder to create the V taper look. Even with muscle, you know, it's just hard, bro. It's like your bone structure is not, you know, commanding or giving you the gateway to have such an aesthetic look to your frame with muscle. Okay, and the best example of this is Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler has a very blocky waist due to overall genetics, and the best way you could do this was training back insanely, training back and shoulders, so he can just make sure he cracks open the V taper, you know. So just take it like this, right? For whoever just doesn't really clearly understand what I'm saying, they just maybe hearing caveman language. It's like you have a bone structure. Okay, if your shoulder ratio is not, I guess, wide, it's just usually narrow, trying to build muscle on top of that won't make any kind of a difference. It won't poke out more. But if you had a wide frame and you build muscle on top, it'll poke out more. Okay, it's like basically having a blanket and putting like like a stick man, and it's like, how can I, it's like basically putting a triangle in a blanket, then putting some clay at the corners of the triangle. It'll pop out more. But if I put a like a whole a rectangle, it's gonna be hard for the overall shape to look insane. So do you get what I mean? And overall, this narrow clavicles plus blocky waist falls under poop genetics. Okay, yeah, some people's waists are just naturally blocky. Okay, and that's just tough. Okay, that's just tough. Just train, lads. as much as you can, train shoulders to overall overcome that genetic disadvantage. So yeah, another factor is when a person just always for some reason stays lean. We all have that one friend that just eats whatever and still is lean and has a full-on six-pack. I am not speaking about ectomorph. Okay, ectomorph is a whole different side. Also that's also a disadvantage in terms of genetics, because there's a lot of work having to be put in for ectomorph to really pack on muscle. But I'm speaking about those guys that just somehow always stay lean, which is mostly due to higher needs, okay, better appetite regulation, and better nutrition partitioning. All right, so these people are very so blessed to be able to just bulk up and still maintain visible abs. Like, we all know those guys, bro. They say, "Ah, man, I'm getting fat," but they have a whole visible abs during the bulk. Some people can stay lean all the time. Some people just cannot stay lean all the time. So yeah. And the best example of those type of people are those that really move a lot and fidget a lot, like they play maybe football or soccer, that are just lean as fuck, dude. This falls under good genetics. Simple. Broad clavicles. Okay, I'm mentioning clavicles so much, it just feels so weird because I'm used to like the overall influencer clavicular. Yeah, whatever. So this is one of the biggest aesthetic advantages genetically when you have broad clavicles. I think a good example of this is the ASU Fred leader. I'm sure you've seen that guy with wide wide a wide frame. I bet, not I bet you, but scientifically, that's his overall physique mostly stems from his natural wide clavicles. Literally, like, no way that's just all full muscle. Most of that is literally just clavicles. As I said in an example, take it like this: you have a little blanket, you put a triangle ruler in there, it's gonna look insane. And you add some little clay on there to add some more corners to that shit, it'll look very, very insane on top of it. Okay, you put a rectangle, it's just gonna be useless, bro. It's gonna be very useless. And a really good example of bad clavicles is Fit X Fearless. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that guy has no V taper. He's like a rectangle. No hate to him, he's pretty jacked. He has very insane shoulders, and props to his overall hard work. But I'm just overall, judging his genetics and frames. So yeah, broad clavicles falls under good genetics, not elite, good genetics. Full muscle bellies. Oh, the big boy stuff. This is like okay, now we're entering the bodybuilding world, right? Examples is longer bicep bellies, round capped delts, fuller chest shape, just no gaps. And a good example of peak muscle bellies is Arnold Schwarzenegger with his chest though. His chest has no gap. It's like the most perfect chest ever. Okay? Ever. Ever. Who wouldn't want to have a chest like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yeah, I didn't say it on purpose, but yeah, scientifically this comes down to muscle morphology and muscle belly length. Longer muscle bellies usually create more fullness, better shape, a more aesthetic look overall. I'm trying to find how you can tell you have actual good muscle bellies, um because it's very in depth. Okay, people live in delusion and they just think that, oh yeah, my legs grew bigger, I have crazy muscle bellies. It's that's what I'm saying. You guys should get this video into training likes, because it's very deep into detail. There's so many factors. Okay, how long is your torso will determine whether those muscle bellies look even sick. It also comes down to how genetically perfect you are with your bone structure and your muscle insertions. So yeah, some guys have longer arms, which makes their biceps not fill out. Okay, and they still have a long head bicep like me. You see how there's so many angles to it, so it really needs me to really have the motivation to make a whole video about this, a whole full plan about this, just to target the whole thing about it. So yeah, full muscle bellies falls under good genetics. Let's move to the next one. High muscle insertions. okay? And boom, so muscle insertions determine where the muscle connects to the tendon. All right, if you have high insertions, especially on the biceps or calves, the muscle belly itself is shorter and there's no room for incredible size. So for overall clarity, to whoever still doesn't understand and just hears absolute caveman language, everybody's muscles attach differently. Some people's lats start way down near the love handles, which gives them a big advantage for a wider back, you know. So just see it as that. Muscle insertions is just basically where does the attachment actually start. If you have high insertions, especially on the biceps or calves, the muscle belly itself is just so shorter. Okay, if you have a short head biceps and high calves, you're just really at a disadvantage. And yeah, this overall falls under poop genetics. Tiny waist plus broad shoulders. Okay, this is elite physique structure. Scientifically, this is your shoulder to waist ratio. A small waist combined with broad clavicles create an extreme V taper naturally. This is why some people look aesthetic even before getting extremely huge. Okay, it's just, man, their shoulder ratio is very wide and they don't have a blocky waist, which gives them an insane advantage. And yet this overall falls under peak genetics. And the final one, ball genetics. This is like the top final boss, and it's simple. Okay, it's nothing crazy. Ball genetics, you can see it from the day you are born. These are people that you like, they were clearly genetically gifted. Clear examples of this is Phil Heath in his basketball days. You could see that this guy, if you went to the fucking gym, he would explode. An example of this is Ronnie Coleman in his younger days. He looked like, do you fucking live, dude? So this ball genetics thing is a freak of nature. This is where it's like, from the jump, you look like you've been training for fucking 10 years. Okay, so this is like something that's like not hard to look at. Even Chris Bumstead at age 18, he looked absolute massive. It looks like a guy that's been training for 10 years, guy. Like 10 years of training, bro. 18 years old. I think he was no, I don't think he was natural. But that just shows, whoa, okay, whoa. So yeah, that falls under ball genetics. Okay, this is the end of the video, guys. I am very sorry this video didn't give you as much full value. I know it did give some value on there. I'm just a perfectionist. I love everything fully dialed in and perfecto. This would just be a scrap video. I'll still upload it either ways, but I'll make sure I craft the ultimate genetic determination video. It might be like 40 minutes long, just to really get to every single detail so that you can have an easy way to look in the mirror and determine whether you actually have bad genetics, which will come down to your overall arm length, your overall shoulder ratio. Okay, how high your calves are, how high your torso is, the symmetry of your, all that freaking stuff, your chest insertions, just the full package. So make sure you get this video 20 likes. Make sure you follow me on Scoby the root gym rat on Instagram. I'm tired of talking, guys. Enough yapping. Peace out.
Let me try for. It's gonna be heavy. Oh. Cooked. Phone's on 2%.